Welcome. In this video, I'll explain how DNS functions for Exadata database during Oracle database at Azure provisioning and how DNS records are exchanged between OCI and Azure. There are two DNS options for Oracle database at Azure: default DNS, custom FQDN, and we will also discuss a use case for DNS resolution from Exadata database service. First one, default DNS. When VM cluster is created, a corresponding host record with domain name ending with oraclevcn.com is automatically generated. This record is synced one way and a private DNS zone with the same name is provisioned in Azure. This ensures that client systems can successfully resolve all required host names and records. Hence, we do not have to create this DNS zone in Azure. When applications are running in Azure, Azure workloads will resolve database endpoints through Azure DNS without manual changes. This option is recommended when customers are not using custom domains or third-party DNS services. With the default DNS option, let's check what records are created. It includes scan name and VM cluster FQDNs. Now, let's look at custom FQDN option. This is supported only for Exadata dedicated. You use this option when you want the database to appear in your corporate DNS namespace, for example, mydomain.com. Before provisioning the VM cluster, you create a private DNS view and a custom private DNS zone in OCI, such as mydomain.com. OCI supports up to two subdomain levels like auradb.prod.mydomain.com. And when you deploy the Exadata VM cluster, checkmark Custom DNS option and select this private view and custom zone, OCI automatically creates a DNS A record for the database in that custom private zone and links it to the VCN and shadow subnet. These custom DNS records stay only in OCI. They do not sync to Azure Private DNS. This avoids accidentally overwriting or conflicting with the customer's own DNS setup or third-party DNS providers such as Infoblox. Now, how clients resolve? Azure clients still use the customer's DNS infrastructure. Customers can manually synchronize or automate copying these OCI records into their corporate DNS so the VM in the Azure VNet can resolve the custom FQDN of the Exadata database. So if we checkmark the custom FQDN option, all Oracle database at Azure resources use your own DNS domain. OCI holds the authoritative records for the database, and you stay in full control of how those names are exposed inside your corporate DNS. Now, the last thing, let's discuss the DNS resolution options for Exadata DB service. Add entries to the host file. For small POC setups with one or two VM clusters, the quickest method is to add the required records to the host file on each VM in the cluster. Add a private DNS zone in the OCI private view and populate it with necessary records to enable DNS resolution for Azure NFS shares or blob storage. The last option, use white glove DNS forwarding. This allows OCI DNS endpoints to resolve Azure or on-prem domain names. It requires manual setup to integrate OCI DNS endpoints into the Azure delegated subnet and typically needs a detailed discussion with network specialists due to its limitation. This concludes the video. Thank you for watching.